Andrew, the winning habit continues, I suppose.
Absolutely, I was going to make that point. I think winning is a habit and losing is a habit, and both these teams have their habit kind of pretty firmly in place. Australia, they probably, although they didn't do much, they probably turned the game into the type of game that was going to work for them, and they nearly got the job done. And the penalty was probably harsh enough at the end for the maul, coming into the maul at this side, but Ireland just find ways to win at the minute, and when you're winning, that momentum is just a lot easier to keep that going. And we're kind of down in the dumps here a little bit, but it's another win against one of the big dogs in the world, and we find ways to win and win ugly at times, and that could potentially, to look at an upside here, that could potentially be important for us at some stage.
I think there's a huge amount of upside here. You know, we're down in the dumps, I think, because it should have been a classic game and we didn't get to see any decent rugby. But they, like South Africa, they grounded out a good win, you know.
Referee O'Keefe rarely produces great games. They are always stop-start. But when you put the Wallabies in there, you know, it was a Paul Simon song, 50 ways to leave your lover. There's 101 ways to lose a game. The Wallabies are just been atrocious, exactly like that. Like the last scrum penalty that Ross kicked, highly questionable, but the rest of them, the neck rolls and Jake coming in there at the end in front, you're not allowed to join a maul in front of the ball, and he definitely did. You know, and it's just stuff like if your under 16s did that stuff, you'd be quite angry with them. I'll throw something in. Australia should have won that game. If Australia had discipline, they would have won that game. Now, you know, there's a whole lot of things. They didn't have discipline. They haven't had discipline for 12 months. But again, what it proves is anyone is capable of beating any other team in the top 10 on any given day.
Yes.
And Australia have been within a couple of points of France, a couple of points of Ireland, top teams in the world. That's healthy for the game, but it's also a big message. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
But is there discipline every time?
Every time, every single time, mate.
Yeah.
And as someone like Australian rugby, if we think of rugby and not the nationality of us, Australian rugby needs a win, and they're never going to get a big win if they keep playing like that.